All right, beautiful people, man. Today we're going to be on this Financial Friday. We'll be talking about money, and I want to be able to kind of share with you guys why saving money is only making you poor. So today we'll be taking a look at rates, and I'll also be sharing with you some a strategy that I'm using to offset the inevitable. What I've learned in my years of studying money is just that things evolve and change, and the same advice that we've been given over the years just simply isn't suitable as much, isn't as practical in 2021 as it was in 1921 or in 2001. And so, as things change, we must change, and advice must change. And today we'll take a look at that. Now, obviously, it comes down to market conditions and where the world is, our world is. And for most people that will be watching me here today, will be checking the stream out. This is where you're probably in the United States, but even if you're not, hopefully you'll learn a little bit about money, and it'll change the way that you think and say, you know what, I want to learn more about money. So what we have here on the screen, guys, we're looking at the FDIC, which is the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, and we're looking at their monthly rate cap for basically for what they insure, right? And we know in America that rates have been at an all-time low, and so if rates have been at an all-time low as far as lending is concerned, then as far as lending is concerned, then also you have lower rates as far as borrowing for the most part, although there'll be more. But I want you to see why I'm going to start pushing the narrative and help you to understand why saving money only makes you poor. Saving money only makes you poor. While you are joining this stream, if you're watching us here live, go ahead and hit the like button, the share button, and also let us know in the comments below where you are connecting from. Love to know what city, what state, what country you might be watching the Money and Power show from here today. But moving forward, I'm trying to get right to the gusto, skip all of the dramatics, all the theme music and all that stuff, and get right into teaching, because that's what I do. I teach about money. So anyway, if you have your money in a savings account right now, then the national deposit rate cap, adjusted rate cap, is at 0.81%, which means that you're not even getting 1% rate of return on your money that you have in a savings account. And for most people, you're not getting 0.81. That's the cap. So when I looked in at market cap, looked at bank rate, I saw a high of about 0.5%. All right, so me sitting my money in a savings account is 0.5%. Now, obviously, we call it a savings account because we're supposed to be able to put it there, save some money, earn interest over time, and then obviously use it for emergency purposes. And I still think it's a good place to have for emergency. But how much do you really need for an emergency? And a savings account now is more just a glorified checking account. That's what it's become. That's where it is right now. Not that may change in the future, but for right now, this is a terrible place to hold your money. This is a terrible place to have your money just sitting there when you could have it out doing something for you. And I'll be sharing with you guys some things that I'm doing to make my money work for me. Interest-bearing checking account, again, 0.78%. So it's basically the same. There's really no difference, in my opinion, between an interest-bearing checking account and a savings account nowadays. And so the narrative that, I don't even, other than just separating your money, why do you even really need a savings account nowadays? Because you're not saving. But I get the purpose or the concept as far as what it does for you mentally and psychologically. But the truth of the matter is, guys, we can do much better than 0.83%. If you think that you can do much better with growing your money, a 0.8% rate, man, let me know in the comments below, man, that you can do much better. Now, money market account is another account that they used to push on us. And most people don't really deal with money market accounts at this point. But again, it's 0.83%, the national rate cap. Now, this is from the FDIC, what will be insured. And so this insurance that you get from the FDIC is for your protection, right? It's for security. But the more secure you want something, the less reward that you're able to get. And most of us, I'd like to know, are you a person that's in a position where you're trying to grow your money, or you're a person that's in a position that's just trying to preserve your money? Because that kind of determines where you're going to go, what strategy that you're going to take as it relates to the money that you have coming into your storehouse. I'm in growth mode. So growth mode to me is not 0.81%. I'm not in preservation mode. Now, I'm not 65, 70 years old trying to preserve the capital that I have acquired or accumulated over a 40-year, 50-year time period. I'm trying to grow right now. And this is just not what's up. Now, they used to preach to us what? CDs, right? There used to be a thing, certificates of deposit, so that you can lend your money to, you can have your money locked up over a long period of time, and then you can get a particular rate. That used to be some financial advice, right? Well, look at this. Even if you go out to a 60-month term, which is 5 years, a 5-year CD, 1.02%. Now, if you think about you borrowing money for 5 years, you get that 60-month, car note. What is that? 17%, 8%, 20%. But if you were to lend your money or allow the bank to use your money for 60 months, for 60 months or 5 years, that's 1%. So these are terrible places if you're looking to try and grow your money. This is financial literacy, guys, that I'm teaching you guys right now. In case you don't know, I am a global certified financial educator, and I'm just going to get back to doing what I do best, which is teaching my community about money. So this is from the FDIC. The FDIC, which is the corporation or the entity which insures your deposits, and they're going to insure your deposit for basically for nothing, right? They're not really giving you much in return for the security that you might want. So what I started asking myself, okay, well, what can I do? I mean, what can I do in order to offset this thing? Now, understand why this is kind of important right now is because as I've been posting recently, look at what's happening to our economy. Look at where we are in our economy, where everything is getting more expensive, right? I just did a post that talked about, I went to the gas station yesterday or 2 days ago, and I was going to go get something to drink at the gas station. And when I went there, I was like, let me get a little pineapple soda, a little Fanta pineapple soda. Man, I looked at the price. I said, when did pineapple soda start? When they start charging $1.99 for a 20-ounce pineapple soda? It used to be 99 cents. Well, if it was 99 cents and it's now $1.99, that's a 100% increase in cost. And when I think about my brothers and sisters, I asked them, has your income increased 100% for you to offset the 100% increase in the cost of a used to be 99-cent pineapple soda? Now, of course, you can look at this across all different pathways. We can start to understand why costs are high, whether it be that they're printing more money, whether we're in a position right now where our supply chains are limited, where it's a hard time getting certain things. How many of you guys went to the grocery store lately and you haven't seen any juice on the aisle? I've tried to go get some apple juice. No apple juice on the aisle. What happens when it comes back and it's in stock? It's going to be more expensive because it's harder to get. And so this is simple supply and demand. So things are costing more. My income isn't increasing, and putting my money to a savings account just is silly if I want to be able to continue, if I want to continue to afford the lifestyle that I live. So this is why I say saving money is only making you poorer. And it's not that you shouldn't save some money, but I'm starting to think about, okay, the money that I have that's over and beyond some type of emergency, what can I do with it in order to grow, in order to try to beat inflation? Now, of course, if you guys have heard, the consumer price index talks about inflation being about 5.7%. And there's different numbers out there, but just know, we know it costs more to live. It's just going outside going to cost you some money. And it's going to cost you more money than it did 2 years ago, than it did in 2021. And so we're now to what Leah said, which is super hyper inflation. So this is why I talk about cash being trash, but crypto being king. So I want to show you guys one of the things that I'm doing. I've taught and I've shared people in my group, and I'll be reopening my club pretty soon to just continue to teach on these concepts of money. But I've been using crypto to offset my these crazy rates. So what I have up on the screen right now, this is a Coinbase account. Now I'm gonna teach from Coinbase because I believe that's the easiest place for people to get started in crypto if you decide you want to get in crypto. And I also teach from Coinbase because there's opportunities there to get started and then move to more sophisticated things in crypto as you decide to learn more than you know right now. So right here in my Coinbase account, this is the interest that I've earned this year just holding crypto. So basically just converting my fiat to crypto and then just sitting it in some place until I decide what I'm going to do with that crypto. So 4.83% rate across all my assets. I've earned an additional $900 just for sitting it there, right? And until I decide what I'm gonna do with it. Now, would you agree that 4.83% is much better than 0.8% or 0.5%? While it's just sitting there anyway. How many guys got money sitting in your savings account right now? It's just sitting there. I mean, obviously, you probably have it there. You might be saving for a rainy day. You might be saving to buy a new house or saving to buy a new car. You might be saving for a particular purpose. But at the end of the day, the money is just sitting there not doing much for you while it is sitting there waiting, while you're waiting to accrue enough to be able to handle whatever you need to handle. And it's above and beyond your emergency savings, whatever that is, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, whatever. I mean, I consider crypto to be an emergency because I can easily convert it back to fiat, put it back in my account whenever I want to. But, you know, for the purposes of having a little bit of money in savings to take care of, you know, a mortgage or some flat tire or something, I get it. And now some of us don't have anything in savings, but I'm talking to the people that do. Because to allow your living, the way in which you live, get more expensive, and you keep living the way that you live without trying to figure out a way to offset it so that your money matches or catches up or offsets, you know what I'm saying, your living expenses, is basically suicide. It's financial suicide. It's just a slippery slope that you're going down. Although you feel the same as far as your life, you don't really. It's a silent wealth killer. It's really silent. You don't really, you know it, you paying it, you can feel it at the pump, all this stuff, but we don't really conceptualize until you start seeing numbers like this. So what I'm doing, I'm saying, okay, well, I've decided obviously to learn crypto. And as I learn crypto, I start seeing these different opportunities in crypto that I was like, wait a second, I can get 4.83% on the same money. Why wouldn't I do that versus 0.8%? On the same money? So I'm converting it to crypto. Now, there's different things that you can do, different ways, different places you can put in all this stuff, and there's a lot of opportunities there. But I'm going to show you one because this has been my favorite crypto, and some people that have been following me know I've been talking about this for a long time, which is algo. Now, obviously, you got Bitcoin, you got Ethereum, but I'm going to talk about algo today because I'm going to show you some deeper things with algo as well. So here on Coinbase, right? Which is, again, if you need to get a Coinbase account, it's a link in the description. It's an interest rate of 4% for algo, which is much better than 0.8%. It's compounded. It's compounded daily. So every day I get paid more algo. So the compounding is not yearly. The compounding is daily. So every day I wake up to more algo, right? And this just keeps going on. You see, it just keeps going. I've earned $347 so far. But here's the deal. That's on Coinbase. Once I dug deeper into crypto, I started saying, okay, what else can I do with my algo? Where if Coinbase is going to pay me 4%, then where else could I get a higher rate of return? So then I said, okay, well, let me learn what I need. Well, let me dive deeper into algo, which is my favorite crypto, and I'm going to figure out how I can get actually more interest or more rewards or get more for more bang for my buck. Everybody putting down some more bang for the buck. If you watching us here live, love to know where you're connecting from. So we got quite a few people that are watching. Hit the like button, share button. Most people ain't gonna talk to you guys about this thing called money and how simple and easy it can be once you get around the right people that can actually show you what you can do to actually build wealth for yourself. And we must do it, right? Your 401k is not going to do it for you. You can't rely on your 401k to retire. You can't rely on Social Security to retire. You can't rely on pensions to retire. You must do it for yourself, right? That's the best security that you can have, that you're working on building wealth for yourself so that you can retire and you can leave an inheritance to your children, if that is a goal of yours. I don't want you to get to 60, 65 and realize that you don't have enough money. I don't want you to get that. I don't want you to get 20 years from now, for many of you, 30 years for some of you, get to that point. You're 60, 65 years old, and then you realize, wait a second, I don't have enough money. See, retirement is about the money that you've accrued and being able to live off that money. In other words, you've built up a capital enough that you're generating enough interest on top of that money that your interest pays your bills. And then you just have money available to be able to pass down insurance, all that good stuff as well. But many of us, we're trying to get there, right? But I don't want you to get to the end of your working days to realize that you don't have enough money to retire. And that puts you into a compromising position because you can't do the type of work that you can do now at a younger age. And maybe you didn't come across some type of live like this, so nobody really taught you guys about things, and obviously they're not teaching financial literacy. So we just gonna keep doing what we're doing when other things are available. Cash is trash. Crypto is king. So then I found out here, I came over with this Algo Explorer. It just talks about these staking rewards. It's called staking in the cryptocurrency. And at the time, I saw that, okay, well, they actually were paying 5.6%. Over here, it's dropped down to 4.8. Well, I said, well, hey, 4.8 is better than 4. So let me find out how I can get this 4.8%. So I just started diving deeper and deeper into this thing called Algo. And that's why I'm saying, if you guys own cryptocurrency, whatever your favorite cryptos are that you own, you might want to start looking at what you can do with them. This a lot of cryptocurrency has functionality to it. It's not just something that for many of you guys, you're just trying to invest in it in order for it to grow up. You're thinking that it's just like a stock. It's not. There's much more to it. To many of the currencies or the tokens that you might acquire over time, there are projects involved. There are ways to actually dive into those projects, participate in those projects, and actually earn more rewards or more money for your participation. So I said, well, hey, what do I need to do to get this 4.8%? Because I'd rather get the 4.8 for the same algo than I did the 4%. So again, I converted my fiat to this thing called algo, which is a different currency, a cryptocurrency. And I realized I'm getting rewards, I'm getting paid money for the crypto that I earn or the algo that I earn. Then I said, well, hey, if they're paying me this much for me being on Coinbase, well, how much is Coinbase getting paid? Then I realized, okay, well, I can supersede, or I can go bypass the middleman, which is Coinbase, if I learn how to go directly to algo and to get this 4.8%. So then I did that. And then as I was doing that, I said, so now I'm getting this 4.8% all the time versus the 4%. That's another almost 1% on top of what I was getting before. Then I said, okay, what else they got going on? Then they released this. They said, now how we have a governance program. Now, a governance program just simply means that they're going to people that participate here, they're going to have the opportunity to vote on projects that happen on the algo ecosystem, which means that, like you would have a stock and you become an owner of a stock, and you might get your vote on Apple stuff and vote on CEOs. We're going to have voting rights over here as well. So they're basically decentralizing their foundation and putting the power in the hands of the people. So when I say that crypto is putting money and power back into the hands of the people, that's what I'm talking about. I get to vote on how I get a chance to vote on how the program is going to continue to function and function moving forward. I also get paid for my participation, and I also get a higher reward, or I get paid more money. So let's talk about this governance program. Again, I'm just doing this for algo, but what I want to press upon you guys who might be getting into the crypto space, there's so much. There's whatever coin that you might be interested in. They are so much more deeper than just will it go to the moon. Okay, and many of them are so much deeper, and so I'm using algo as an example of those who really want to dive into this crypto space and actually start getting paid. Because I can't research all of them myself. I can't research mine and yours, but I can help you figure out the other things that you can do with the crypto that you have acquired, so you can see that there's much more to it. So me just holding the algo puts me in a position where now I went from 0.8% or 0.5% with cash in the savings account to 4% with that same cash, that same monetary value in this thing called Coinbase under the umbrella of the algo token, to then bypassing Coinbase, going basically solo on it, and now getting 4.8%, and then now putting myself in a position that I could become a governor. Everybody put in console governor. Now look at this. So they are going to basically the annual rate at the time was 5.6% that this came out. They're going to commit, the foundation is going to commit 4 billion. I'm sorry, is going to commit 60 million algo, right? 60 million algo to this program. And based upon a number of people that become a governor, that's going to be distributed. So 4 billion people, if $4 billion of algo is committed to governing accounts, then that'll be an additional 12% on top of the 6%. If only 2 billion algo gets committed to the governing accounts, that'll be 18% additional. If only 1 billion algo gets committed, then that'll be an additional 24%, totaling 30%. So if not enough people become governors, right, or commit their algo to governing accounts, I could be looking at it. I can look at going from 6% to 30% for the algo that I have committed to become a governor. Now let me go through this again. I went from 0.8% money sitting in a savings account to 4% money, that same money going into under the Coinbase platform to acquire algo as a crypto to get the 4%, which is compounding daily. Then I said, well, let me see how I can bypass Coinbase to then go on my own. Now that I've learned more than I did, I'm not a grasshopper anymore, and now I'm getting 4.8% compounding daily, right? To then say, you know what, let me commit some of my algo to this governance program because I'm not selling my algo anytime soon anyway, to give myself an opportunity to earn 30% over this time period. Now, would you agree that 30% is money coming back to me is much greater than that 5.6% of that inflation of the cost of living getting higher? Is that not only just 5%? That's 6x, right? 5 times 6 is 30. That's 6x of beating inflation by doing something like this. And this is just one example of the opportunity that's in crypto for you to be for me. I'm not going to talk about for you. For me to be able to beat inflation and to supersede the cost of living that continues to rise. The cost of gas going up. The cost of food is going up. Well, it's only going up roughly, they say, about 5% at these super high inflation rates. And I'm looking to actually grow my money 30%. Right? Now, of course, that depends on how many annualized or whatever the case may be. And they say between 12 and 30%. Well, when I look at what's going on in the algo governance, you can see the little chart right here, right? 6%, if 4 billion gets attributed, additional 18 up to 18%, 2 billion, and then if only 1 billion gets committed. So right now, currently, this is going to, I think this is going to end on next. The opportunity to commit is going to end on October 14th. Registration ends on the 14th. Right now, we only have 250 million or $250 million that's staked so far, right? So it may get to 1 billion, but I doubt it gets to 2 billion. And I believe that I'm gonna put myself in position to get up to 30% back on my money. So I'm already committed. You see, I got 4,000 algo committed there. I've been accruing. So what I've been doing is over this time period, guys, that I've been talking about crypto, and for those that's been around at least since the beginning of January or February, March, and I've been telling people, I've been telling my crew, my team, my algo is my favorite, and I'm just staking, I'm just accumulating algo. Now I have an opportunity to then place that algo somewhere where I can get 30% back on my algo. Now, now algo right now is about $2 per algo. So 4,000 times 2 is $8,000. $8,000 with a 30% increase on top of it, right? Puts you at 3 times 8, puts you at about $82.40, about $240 over this 3 period. No, 30%. No, that's not right. 30% of 8,000 is an additional $2,400. I'm sorry. So that'll be an additional $2,400 for the most part to be added to my algo total, right? 8,000. That's right. 2,400 plus 8,000 be $10,400 by the end of this governance period. So what I'm just sharing with you guys again, I'm just trying to, and I know it can be complicated because it's new, and most of us have not been in a position where we are growing our money, or we're growing money. We're literally doing what the banks do. We're finding ways to actually become lenders. We're finding a way to earn interest on our stuff, and all this stuff I'm doing passively. All the stuff that I'm doing passively. So again, I just want to recap for you guys. Again, going back to the FDIC, your positive, the money that you have in your savings account, the money that you have in your checking account, the money that you have in your money market account, the money that you have in some CD or whatever, 0.8% is your deposit rate cap. You won't get more than 1.8% of money in your savings account. Most banks ain't even offer you 0.8%, right? Well, I said, the hell with that. That doesn't make much sense to me. I gotta find a way. Everybody put in console, find a way. It's up to you to find a way. I had to find a way to grow my money at a better clip than 0.8%, because I know that the cost of living is growing at a much greater rate than 0.8%. Cash savings accounts are trash. So I rolled into the world of crypto. I came across this thing called Coinbase, a great place to start, not a great place to stay. So I started in Coinbase. Over in Coinbase, once I found Algo and some other ones, I found Algo. I said, well, shoot, I get paid 4% just for holding Algo. I figured that's what I'll do. That's better than 0.8%. Now I'm a different type of investor. I'm not, I know some of you guys, you're just looking for stuff to go to the moon and all that stuff. That's great. I mean, you float, whatever floats your boat, right? There's different types of strategies for different people. I am a long-term passive income, grow my wealth like a tortoise type of person. So that works for me. But I've also been able to grow a six-figure crypto account in a short amount of time. So when people talk to me about things that they haven't really got to that place, they're on their way, that's cool. But until you get to that place, I can only take the advice of people that are further down the pipe than me. You know what I'm saying? If it's not that your advice won't work, it's not that your advice isn't sound, but until it works to the point that you got six figures in a crypto account, well, I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing. And I'm keep showing people what I've been doing to get there, right? But I understand the value of compound interest, and so 4% coming back to me is just a beautiful thing. So then I said, okay, well, let me see if I can go deeper. I went deeper, and I found I can get not just 4%, I can get 5.6% at the time. And I started getting that. I moved out of Coinbase and went over to my cold storage wallet, and then had a way to connect and do it that way, directly through the foundation. And then that opened up the door for me to become a governor, where I now have the opportunity to earn up to 30%. These are some of the opportunities that are available to you in this crypto space. It's called DeFi, D-E-F-I. Everybody putting down some DeFi. It's DeFi. And participation in an emerging market called crypto is giving people, early adopters, wonderful opportunities to grow wealth, not only for themselves, but for their family, and to beat inflation, to be able to afford the life that they live, to become millionaires, billionaires, and all that good stuff. And when I compare this to all the opportunities that are out there, because nothing wrong with stock market, real estate market, all that stuff. But when I compare, the rate of return for a stock market is roughly about 8 to 10% annually. The real estate market, same, about 10% to 12% annually. The crypto market, about 200%. So while this thing is hot, you know what I'm saying? And it's not that I won't do real estate. I can do real estate through crypto. I can do stocks through, I can buy some stock crypto if I want. But while this thing is hot, while the opportunity is here, while it's still early, I'm just going to continue to show people, man, here's a place that you may not want to, not necessarily put all your eggs in one basket, but you may not want to skip out on this opportunity to be, to really, again, grow your wealth in a reasonably short amount of time, like we never have had the opportunity before. This opportunity, I don't imagine is going to last. It's probably last 10 years. Typically, when we have a new asset class or something that's new, kind of pike was pretty new, it's normally about a decade. When we looked at internet, interrupting the way in which we do things, we started looking at all these new tech companies like Amazon and Netflix and all that stuff that started to take over the world. They generally had a boom period of about a decade. Well, that's where we are in cryptocurrency. We're at a boom period for the next decade. And the sooner people, especially Black people, because Black people typically are the ones that hear it last. We normally hear it last. We're normally too stubborn to get into it. And then we start complaining about people that get rich off of things that we had an opportunity to do. So this is my mission. This is why I talk about this stuff. And then this is why I'm sharing this with you here today publicly. Of course, we go deeper into things in our private groups and stuff like that. For those that's interested in that, I'll be opening up. I closed the Black Billionaires Club for about 6 months because just people were getting on my nerves. I was overwhelmed, but I'm back, and this is too important to our community to not continue to teach and share and show, these opportunities that's in crypto or just wealth building opportunities in general. I've switched from stocks to crypto because I see the huge opportunity in crypto. I still got stocks, but I basically just said, if it ain't paying a dividend, I don't want it. And I'll just let that sit there. But let me give you an example. So my stock account I grew my stock account. Y'all probably, for some of you guys remember, I did this Cash App stock thing, and I grew my stock account. I think that was in 2019, 2020. And I went full on with stocks, and I was able to grow that account to, I think, 20,000, 10,000 or 20,000, something like that. 10,000, I believe, in a year, right? And then I had it now into my stock account. It's probably about 15,000 now. Well, the next year is when I kind of switched to crypto. I switched to crypto. I was doing crypto, but I really went serious about crypto about that next year in 2020, right? So over this year and a half period, I've actually grown my crypto account to over $100,000. Where that same amount of time when I was going heavy in the stocks, I was able to grow my stock account to $10,000. That's 10x. That's 10x, right? Of me just getting serious about building wealth, finding a tool that I could learn, finding a vehicle that could actually get me there, and then learning all that I can about that vehicle, learning everything I could about that car that I'm driving, learning everything I can about. Every day I try to learn as much as I can about crypto, because crypto has actually changed, has added zeros to my portfolio. Not that stocks won't, not that real estate won't. I mean, do it all. I want to get into all of it, but I'm gonna use my crypto in order to finance the other stuff that I want to do. So, at any rate, that's what I got for you here, guys, man. You guys, any questions, just feel free to ask. I've just shared with you one crypto that I've been able to convert from fiat to crypto, and then go from a 0.8, 0.5, 0.8, rate of return in this thing called a savings account, which ain't a savings account anyway, to now, giving myself an opportunity to earn 30% on that same money. I mean, and I don't know too many people that can pass up on that. Too many people can say, you know what, that don't make sense to me. If it don't make sense, if it don't make dollars, don't make sense. And that is dollars. That's 30% coming back to me, not 30% of me paying out. That's not 30% or 25 or 18% or whatever me paying for some loan to get a car. That's 30% coming back to me on the money that I've saved, the money that I've accrued, the money that I've accumulated, that I'm willing to risk for an opportunity for reward. And of course, none of this stuff is guaranteed. It's not. But money in your savings account is not guaranteed either. You ever seen a country going to deflation or hyperinflation, and then everybody's trying to pull their money out of the bank, and then they can't even get their money out the bank? While it might be assured that if shit goes up the hill, shit goes up the fan, you can't even pull your money out the bank. That's crazy. That's happened. That happens during hyperinflationary times. So we can't, I think we have just been programmed to believe this system that was never set up for us to succeed in the first place. And now that we have a vehicle that's new, that's different, that's a little confusing, complex, all that good stuff, there's still huge opportunities there for those that want to learn about this thing called crypto. So if you're a person that's watching us here live, of course, this is across different platforms. Love to engage with you. Engagement helps when you start talking about other people that's connected to you that might need to see this information, might need to know, might be looking for stuff. Everybody ain't looking. I know that. Everybody's not looking for ways to survive, ways to thrive when it comes to money. I get that, right? Most people are looking to spend everything they got. That's just that's how they've been programmed. They've been programmed to spend every dollar they got. But it's only a few people who say, you know what, we got to do something different. We got to become our own reparations. We got to become our own retirement. We got to become our own, cash flow, system. There's other things. This is just basic stuff. I've been learning so much. I can only share so much at a time. We got any questions, feel free to ask. And I'll try to answer anything that I have during this brief little time here, Q&A or crypto Q&A. But these rates that we have in these savings accounts are absolutely ridiculous. And but that's the time that we live in right now. And I've just decided I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit. I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit, and that's just what I'm doing. So. What's going on with you, Donto? How you doing, brother? Thanks so much for joining. I appreciate you, brother Antoine Lowry, Miss Yvette Goodrich. I appreciate you commenting, Miss Leah Love. I appreciate you engaging with us here today. The artist Abaddon, appreciate your engagement, man. Thanks so much. Engagement really helps guys to reach out to our other brothers and sisters who may not who this may not be on their radar. So my last thing, guys, is again next week I'll be reopening the Black Billionaires Club to allow people to come in that really want to kind of dive deeper, learn stuff, see some different platforms that you can use, learn what you don't know, how to access stuff like this, like everything I just went through. You know what I'm saying? It still is a how-to. How do I go from 4% to 4.8%? How do I go from 4.8% to possibly 30%? How do I get there? Right? Those are things that I go deeper into those steps because those people saying they're willing to invest to learn what they don't know. Of course, you can try to learn it on your own. I mean, I pretty much learned it on my own, but it's a lot easier. It's a lot quicker when you use my experience to get you further, get you closer to where you want to be. Not only that, guys, I do offer crypto consultation. Maybe a person that does want to do it on your own, that's fine. But you just want to say, you know what? Let me sit down and talk to this brother. Let me sit down and talk to this brother and see. Let me put a strategy together, a crypto strategy together. Let me see what I'm not doing. You know, if you haven't built up six figures, you might want to talk to me and figure out what I did, and what you can do to get to that place. You know, I offer that as well. You just inbox me and we'll set that thing up. Can you stake? What's up, Eric? My homie. What's going on, Lawanda? Warren, how are you? Thanks so much for your engagement. Eric, he asked, can you stake in Coinbase Pro as opposed to regular Coinbase? The answer is no, you can't. You can't. That's terrible, but no. So Coinbase Pro is just a trading platform. So what I do, Eric, I will go in Coinbase Pro to make the transaction because the fee is cheaper, and then I'll convert it or I'll transfer it over into Coinbase. If I'm planning to hold that asset, that will actually, if I'm going to use Coinbase, that'll stake for me until I get ready to move it out. But if it's sitting on Coinbase Pro, like if you acquire algo on Coinbase Pro, you're not going to get any staking rewards because you're actually in a trading account. So so I only use Coinbase Pro for the staking part in order to acquire it because it's cheaper, and then I start to move it to other places. So transferring stuff, moving stuff around, that's big. But again, think about it like this, guys. All day long, the bank is moving money around. All day long, they're transferring money from one place to another. They're looking for new opportunities in order to grow their wealth, bring in profits for the bank. And that's basically what you become when you start to manage your own money. You become your own bank, which means you're going to be transferring, moving stuff around as well. So I probably got about I probably have 5 or 6 different crypto accounts. I don't want to get too many because, stuff gets too much. I mean, some stuff is too much. So that's why I've kind of just decided, let me learn about algo first and everything I can learn about algo since that's my favorite crypto. And let me go down that hole, right, as far as I can go, instead of trying to go down every hole. For those that don't know, it's over 12,000 cryptocurrencies in the market. So I'm not trying to go down every hole. I'm not a meme coin investor. So, I don't have any words for you as far as Dogecoin or Shiba Inu or baby Shiba Inu or whatever. That's not my investment style. But nothing against that. I just don't invest like that. Anybody else got any questions for me? Again, just trying to help people understand, man. You got to do something. You have to decide to do something different. You got to decide to learn to do something different. And it's better to be proactive than reactive. It's better to see the bus coming, see the road, see something coming, it's best for you to see the clouds getting dark and you go get an umbrella, than to see the clouds getting dark, you go out there without no covering on your head, get rained on. So I'm just it's better to be proactive. We know things get more expensive. You now see that the rates that traditional finance is paying out is not helping you win. So decide to do something different. And the crypto is just one vehicle. That's just the one that I've decided that is best for me at this time. It's the one that I've decided I'm gonna learn. It's the one I've decided I'm gonna teach for those that want to learn. And it's new, and most people ain't talking about it. All right. So I open up just a couple more seconds, guys. If anybody's got any questions about crypto, I feel free to ask. It doesn't cost you anything to ask, and I'll try my best to answer it if I can. But again, if you guys want some type of consultation, feel free to reach out and we can set something up. Be on the lookout next week for us to reopen the Black Billionaires Club. I'm ready to deal with more people again, because our brothers and sisters, we just don't know. At the end of the day, you don't know. You just don't know. And it's up to brothers and sisters in our community to introduce to you what you don't know, so that you can make better decisions, and we can start to climb up out of this financial hole that we are in our that we're in on our own. Good rising, gotta get caught up. Okay, now what's going on, Lisa? Thanks so much for your engagement. Okay, so nobody asked a question, so y'all are good. Okay, cool. So you can always catch this on replay. Just replay it. I don't take the videos down. I just wanted to kind of just show you guys with the numbers, show you what you're looking at, show you what you're dealing with, and we'll keep diving deeper and deeper as the days go by. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So anyway, thanks so much for your time, guys. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I will catch up with you soon, man. I'm out.